Welcome back to the post office. Phone's
Good
already
morning,
ringing.
Rook. I've done a little playing around with my newfound connection.
So last time, Liv got kidnapped, killed, turned into a ghost, and she's pretty mad at us, but at least she told us the truth about what this island is supposedly really, that it's inside some being that feeds on our suffering and confusion, and is basically slowly consuming anyone who ends up here. So that was quite interesting. We also finished Shelly's story, we've met Archie and completed his story, and with Katie and the historian we had some glimpses to what I think might be the end game. However, the game just keeps telling me that I'm not ready to do this yet, so we're back for another week to see if we can get there this time. Yeah, so I presume the newfound connection she talks about is the fact that she now understands this being. And this picture has changed because previously it was a phone, but like inside of something that looked like a post office, but now it's inside the mist because the mist represents the Insomnigoth. That's the name of the creature.
I'm sure you've noticed things are crazier than normal, right?
Understatement of the century.
So, part of the crazy might have been because of me.
What did you do?
Hey, cut me some slack. I'm trapped, same as you. We've been looking at this all wrong. It's not about where we are, but what we're in. And that's Isomnigath. I can't tell you what it is exactly, but it's powerful. Maybe a god. Or some kind of big existential monster. But whatever it is, Kharnym is inside of it, and the whole island is slowly being subsumed.
Honestly, not the craziest thing I've heard this week.
Right? I've been here a long time, and trust me, things are crazy even by my standards. Isomnigath is huge. We're so tiny in comparison to it. Think of Kharnym as being like a cell in its body. I don't think it even knows we're here or what it's doing to us. Kharnym is just collateral in its existence. Anyway, I think between you pushing against the post office's boundaries and me living outside of them, we may have, for lack of a better term, alerted Isomnigath's immune system. Hence why things are weirder than usual.
So, what do we do?
That I'm not sure about yet.
She at least sounds a little bit more friendly, right? Last week she was all wrath and revenge. Now she's kind of starting to move on towards like, maybe we can do something about this, right? Maybe we can all get out of this situation.
Knowing your enemy is the first step in defeating them, right? Now that we know that our enemy is a gigantic magical god beast, we're one step closer to getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, you're sounding awfully Kampaya all of a sudden, right? She wants to work with us now. Or is there a we now?
What? No way. I'm just talking things out.
Okay, so she's not yet admitting that she wants to work with us.
It's something to think about, at least. In the meantime, you've got work to do. Good luck. Talk soon, Rook.
Bye, Liv. Yeah, so we'll see who visits us this week, right? Because we've completed a bunch of stories. We've had the situation with Historian asking for the additional books we've purchased, but then when I called him, because he said call me about it, and when I did, it said like, you're not ready. So we'll see if we can get ready this week, because we still have 5 empty spaces. So we're just over half of completing our cupboard of achievements. Hey, so calling the historian's number now, actually we get a response. So where is this going to lead? Hello, hello, this is Kharnym Historical Society and Carver Residence. Parfemius speaking. Parfemius, I need your help. What seems to be the problem, friend? If you're in real danger, I recommend calling the sheriff instead. I'm trying to solve a mystery and I need a specific tool for it. Ah, you've piqued my interest. I love a good puzzle. A new mystery might just be what I need. I've been feeling distant, almost lost of late. I read in a book that I can summon an extra-dimensional chamber at the heart of the post office in order to escape this island. And I need to forge a blade that cuts deceit, slices lies, and severs deception. Merely summoning an extra-dimensional chamber? Of course, silly me. I suppose I should be chuffed you think so highly of me. Such a thing is impossible. It's been written about, of course, but never successfully performed. The power required would be significant. However, there is one account. Let me check my books. Excuse me a moment. Sure thing. Several minutes pass. Several more minutes pass. There's a heavy exhale on the other end of the line. Thank you for your patience, friend. My research yielded promising results. I believe what you ask is possible. Terribly difficult, but possible. I read of a spell, for a lack of a better word. meant for just such purposes. Regrettably, the book containing the incantation isn't in my own library, though I've been attempting to procure it for years. No, this tome resides in the home of the richest man on the island, one Gormund Maywood. Okay, we know about Gormund Maywood. He appeared last time. He was Archie's father, and he was performing some sort of ritual. It was a bit confusing what was going on because he wanted to turn the island into a paradise, and we were sort of encouraging Archie to interfere with it, but then what it turned into is we've achieved turning one of the days into a sunny day rather than stormy day. So, not sure whether that meant Gormund's ritual succeeded or that Archie did something different about it, but that was the outcome we got. But that means befriending Archie might be useful here. Maybe he can, like, go and steal the thing for us. He will not part with it gently, and believe me, I've tried. The foolish man has no idea the knowledge he has in his possession, the history. But that isn't the half of it. The spell requires an empowering component. The heart of a certain creature. It is said to be a thing crafted by the island itself, and it resides within the crevices of the world. All I know of the creature is that it has bright orange eyes and might pretend to be friendly. A creature that resides in the crevices of the world? Indeed, I've always wished to lay eyes on the creature, for which texts have no name. It is described as a scaled thing, a kind of mutated aquatic beast. It is also said to have an affinity for cleanliness, and it cannot abide mess. I have a bad feeling about this. The passage referencing the creature are brief and obtuse, but I believe if I cross-reference the description with a current map of Kharnym Underground, yes, there it is. It would seem the creature is likely beneath the post office itself. Okay, beneath the post office, because here I was thinking, are we talking about Merkel? Is Merkel just pretending to be friendly? But if we're saying beneath, then it's something in the dungeon? I mean, it's possible for him to go between the dungeon and here, but I don't wanna do things to Merkel. They're my friend. I can't leave the office. How am I supposed to get either of those? That does pose a challenge. You'll need the help of a hunter of some sort, someone who is seasoned in the manner of unnatural beasts. Well, we know just the person, right? We've helped Brielle in her romantical pursuits, so maybe she can help us out. You will also require someone with access to the home of Gormund Maywood, yes. Okay, so I can see how we maybe weren't ready last time because we need Archie on our side. The tome you need is titled The Quiescret Cubiculum, and it is likely hidden in his personal library, along with many more originals, no doubt, that deserve better than to be hoarded by a man who sees no value in their contents, only in their rarity. But I digress. If you can procure the tome and the heart, you should theoretically be able to summon the extra-dimensional chamber. Though I must warn you, even if the chamber exists and even if you successfully reach it, I struggle to see how it would facilitate true escape from the island. What do you mean by true escape? Well, you would be summoning the extra-dimensional chamber that is of the island, but distinctly separate from it. It does technically exist outside of the island, so you would escape, but not in the way I suspect you desire. From what I've learned of the tome's contents, the domain holds the essence of the island's spirit. For nothing else, you would be able to view whatever metaphysical bindings exist between the island and other beings. So if someone was really tied to this place, really stuck here, I could free them? You're speaking now of the blade that cuts the seed. Yes, I looked into that as well. To free a particular individual, you'll likely need the cutting blade to be closely tied to them. A secondary metaphysical connection to cut the first. Not to mention the prophecies needed to sever something more ethereal than physical matter. No such blade exists to my knowledge, but that doesn't mean such a thing couldn't be forged given the right material. I've read of lightning-struck aquamarine carrying some of the right properties, but the conditions to create it are so specific. What about my other stone? Oh yes, brilliant, that could absolutely work. Well, assuming it's authentic, of course, that could be just the thing. Oh, it's definitely authentic. I mean, it works, it reveals truth about things, so in that way it's authentic, although I'm not sure that that's what real other stones do. Of course, I wasn't doubting you. Now, we must turn to the question of how to forge it into a blade. I do have an antique forge in my basement, but purely for research and preservation purposes. I've never used it, but perhaps. And with my Orphic class to stabilize the stone's essence while it changes forms. Very well, if you'd like to mail your other stone to me, then I shall get my forge's fires burning. Yes, I'm not sure I trust my other stone to someone who doesn't know what they're doing, but I mean, what choices do we have? Like, I've done, I think, everything I wanted with the other stone because I revealed all of the secret items. So the other purpose of it is that it tells me about the customers that come here, but it's never been like completely changing to what I need to do, right? It just gives me like extra bits of lore. So it's worth a try. I think so too, friend. I think so too. So if you should like to mail your other stone to me, then I shall get my forge's fire burning. But know that should you undertake this route, there's likely no turning back. We are heading into some irrevocable end that none of us can foresee. Think carefully before you pursue your next tasks. To summarize, you must find a monster hunter to fetch the creature's heart. In addition, you must find an individual to retrieve the quest curriculum from Gorman's Maywood Home Library. Alas, none of the tasks ahead of you are easy, I'm afraid. I'm doomed. Yeah, I can do that, thank you. Sounds easy enough. I don't know why I was worried. I mean, if I understand correctly, it relies on Brielle and Archie, but it might be worth seeing if there are more stories to uncover with different customers that gonna come along, right? Because this is basically telling me once you do this, the game's over, right? We're gonna go into the end game and get whatever ending we get. So considering I was saying I'm still missing things on my shelf, it might be worth spending a week and seeing if there's any more things I may want to pursue before I finalize this. I can still say, I'm doomed. I'm sorry, friend. But for what it's worth, I do believe you can succeed with the right assistance by your side. I truly wish I could be of more help. I'm afraid my talents lie within the historical society. These bones aren't as spry as they once were. So I must warn you, if you succeed or if you attempt the severance and fail, the forces you are attempting with will not take kindly to meddling. The type of deception thick enough to be cut by the blade is a terrible thing indeed. While I'm not entirely sure of your motives, please bear this in mind. If your mind is not sturdy, you may well lose far more than your life. Okay, so this might be referring to my sanity, basically, because we've discovered that there is the mechanic of the sleep mask makes us more sane, and if we're not sane, our cupboard looks like someone's been dismembering people in there, basically. Because I've been able to reverse that with the sleep mask. But then I've been having trouble maintaining my sanity because Liv keeps haunting me. But this is basically, I guess, warning me that if I do this and my sanity is not good, I will get the bad ending. I am headed that way as it stands. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. I don't understand what you mean, but I'm sorry regardless. I'll be careful. Don't worry about me. Best of luck, friend. I'll keep an eye out for your other stone in the mail. So I think we can contact Brielle, right? She is somewhere in this book. Yes, there we go. Behemoth Animal Control. And she says she's like deals with pests. Don't trust anyone in a trench coat. Oh, she means the raccoons, which they never came back. They never came back after I spoke to them once. So I'm like, where are they? But yes, we can call her. We can call her and request her help when we are ready. But then what I wonder is Katie, right? Because she was here last week after her rejuvenation with the magical necklace and speaking to the historian, talking about the fact that if we find some letters, then she will be able to help us escape as well. So is that a different way to approach the escape? Do those things go together? Right, I have questions. Is she gonna be back? Because last week I failed her quest because the third letter just never appeared, as far as I can tell. So we'll see, right? We'll see who comes to the post office, basically. That will be the guidance to what I think needs to happen. But yes, Merkel. I'm worried, Merkel, because we're friends, but he's telling me we're not friends. You're just pretending that we're friends. And instead, we may need to rip your heart out? Well, I'll do some mail and see what happens. Okay, Katie's back. She returns, but obviously, because it's a new week, I assume we're having the same conversation about how she's now reborn. Katie, what happened to you? Yes, she rejuvenated. She's splendid now. She glows as water under moonlight. You look great. Please, I look fantastic. But wave all that way. It's not the most important chatter of the day. Yes, the island has shifted. Things are growing unsteady. She has the power, but she doesn't know what it is or what to do with it. And then last time I sent her to historian, and that seemed to continue the quest, so I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, you'll see me on the morrow. Hopefully this time all the things we need will show up. There has been an update to the game, and it did talk about like fixing a bunch of bugs with things not appearing or not working how they need to be working. So maybe it was a bug. Or maybe it was that I was not ready because I didn't have Archie done yet. My painting has changed again. It went from the desk to the scared face. Speaking of desks, I have still not figured out what to do with the desk in the painting. I go there, I tell it different things. nothing new happens. Like, the one thing with the desk is that you can promise it to return, but then, as far as I know, there is no way to go to the desk twice in the same week, which I assume that's the problem with, like, well, we say we'll return, but we don't, and next week it just resets, so I don't quite know what's going on with this. But yes, we are insane. We are insane because this cupboard is spooky, right? So we have to somehow uninsane ourselves, or our ending will be bad. Oh, there's a record. I have missed it the entire time, but it's just Sounds of Kharnym added to my record collection. I keep being like, I find them in places I've been looking before, so I don't know whether it's because I've been missing them this entire time, or do they appear over time as we play the game. Day 2. How are we doing? Still insane. Okay, well, this is gonna be a problem. Because what's making me insane now? Just the passage of time, the knowledge that Liv is a ghost. Also, those pictures here, like, I looked at them, I guess, the first time I streamed, and it has like this sort of blank human in them, right? As if it's like a servant. But now I'm thinking, like, is it Shelly, or is it just like something that can happen to people here in general, right? She's not the only one. What can we buy? Because we have quite a bit of money. Obviously, there's like lots of decorative items and lighting. We can have an ascended shredder. Shred it all, right? So we've upgraded it first to get shredding packages. Shred it all what? We can shred items. I know we can pick up random items around the place, so we could shred them too, but where will that take us, right? Will that do something with the space inside? Because obviously, let's not forget there is a space inside the shredder, and it said we needed protection. But the Adler Stone wasn't it, so there is something else. Then the ritual letter opener. It can open letters without people knowing we've opened them, but does it have more use? Skeleton key, I had it, and I think it's literally just a misdirection, right? Just a money waster. Then we can change the look of our stamps, but I assume that's not progression. And like have upgrades. Oh, reopen Kharnym Memorial. This has appeared, so we can try and reconstruct the hospital. And then also wildlife. That could be to do with the raccoons. So now I'm like, yeah, I need to get the end of the story, but I also want to see if those extras do anything. Package compressor, just hammer it to make them fit better in the track. And the wax seals are looking spooky. Okay, well, let's put some money into the wildlife then. See if that brings the raccoons back, or does anything else happen. An item has arrived in the tube. Thank you for your donation. Songs of native birds have been added to your collection. Okay, are the birds weird, or they're actually birds? Well, that was weird. There were a bunch of like bird songs that sounded maybe like bird songs, sounded like a bit of a random sound, so I'm wondering if it's like, if we put it into some software, we can analyze the sound into something. Not sure. But then the ending was kind of spooky. So, yeah, we'll see if I can get anything from that. For now, Katie's back. She awaits us once more. She's spoken with Bartemius, and she can now do magic. That was fast, concerningly so. And yes, then she does the magic spell so that no one can see us or hear us while we're discussing. And yes, she asks us to open a bunch of mail. So Christina Fisher's first, so that has not changed. And she will be back for it tomorrow. The next person's just a normie. Got as a package. Well, we should process the mail because, A, that's we're gonna find the letter, though I don't think it's here yet because it doesn't appear until after she's spoken to us. But also we need money for all those funds we're gonna support. See if anything else comes to our tube that we can listen to and analyze. Okay, time for bed, see if we get less insane. Like, Liv hasn't been calling or haunting us, so things might get better eventually. Day 3, still insane. Okay, back to work then. Okay, here's Christina Fisher's mail. Still talks about minnows, so we're gonna have that ready for when Katie's arrives. Katie's back again. I have the letter to Christina Fisher. It's still about the minnows, so that has not changed. Yes, it's the letter. And the next one will be for Winston Blight. Day 3. So as part of the patch, they apparently reintroduced Bitter End because it was broken before, and Something about Bitter End is that the packages are not sent through the chute at all. No, the packages are sent through the toilet in a room. There we go. That's how they get there. And then the final letter, Gorman Maywood. Last time, we didn't get it. This time, hopefully it happens. Considering that the historian thing also popped in. Yes, there it is. Gorman Maywood. Bellchurch. So, what is it? We found it, brother. The incantation required. It shall part the clouds and pierce the veil. And Kharnym will know light once more, no matter the consequences. And then more text in Greek. It mentions the Insomnigath. Translated to salt the sea, dry the air, let the clouds break, let the sun wake. A wrinkle in time, a break in the cycle. Okay, so they were trying to get the sun to shine, and they succeeded in that. So whatever Archie did not stop that. But now we have this letter, so we should be able to see what Kefi's gonna do with it, right? That's what I've been waiting for. And now she's here for it, so I can give it to her. Once more, you find the perplexing Kefi awaiting you. Excellent. I've got all I need. This spell can possibly fail. Yeah, saying things like this seems like it's begging for something to go wrong. I've seen what magic on this island can do. Do not cast the spell hastily. Who's the magic on he? Ye or me? Still, upon thought, I am thinking you might be right. And once you cast it, will we both be free of this place? 100%. We'll cast Kharnym aside and venture back into the real world. Okay, now I'm getting the feeling that whatever magic she does will fail, and our only way is to do what the historian said. Free, can you imagine? Are you certain this will work? It will work, I'm certain. And if it fails, I can always return to ye and hatch another spell twixt or shelled knowledge. I guess I'll just have to trust you. That's the spirit. Now perk up. This is the end. It might be the end, but probably not in the way she hopes for. Liv's voice echoes through the post office, the energy underlying it deep and grasping and wretched.
You sure been giving Khatae quite a few letters lately, rookie.
Khatae, that's how you're supposed to say it. Khatae, okay, well, thank you, game. Thank you for finally providing me with this information. Yep, just another day working at the beautiful Kharnym Isle post.
Mm-hmm. You keep that up and a promotion is sure to be on the horizon for you. The kind that sees everything else fade away.
What are you threatening me with? More mail?
Sure, let's go with that.
Or just going to the penance chamber?
Anyway, I was just calling to check in. Seems like you're doing fine.
Calling.
Don't expect her back, or for your escape plan to work. Ruins are fickle things, and I'm not sure Miss Branch understands that.
No response awaits you. Okay. Well, that may have been all for nothing. Wisps of mist seem to filter into the post office, carrying Liv's voice.
I'm sorry about Khatae. Some spell she cast backfired, and the consequences weren't pretty.
She dead now then? That's all it did then. She was just another kind of red herring in terms of escape.
I wouldn't look for her to come back, Rook. If she does, she won't be the same.
No, maybe she will return. Maybe she will return just, in a different form once again. Is she a raccoon now? What happened?
Just a feeling, I guess. Which are worth more now than they used to be, at least when it comes to this place. People fade, and Kharnym grows.
Are we doomed to?
Maybe, maybe not. If we stick together, yeah, it'll probably be us too.
Inspiring, truly.
Hey, that's not my job. We'll talk soon.
Oh well, poor Khatae, just as I learn how to properly say your name, you might be gone forever. Hey, which means, yes, the only thing to do is to do what the historian said. I've been kind of waiting through this week because I was like, oh well, but what if other customers come? What if something else happens? But no one else has been coming. The only people that have been coming are just the normies that just give you letters and some bit of a weird dialogue, but it doesn't change anything. So I may just have to start calling Brielle, call Archie as well. And I've realized that from the start of the game, because again, I said that during the stream, there is a number. Archie was here, 1942, and I tried previously calling this number. It didn't lead anywhere, but I assume it might now be the way to call him for him to get the book for us. So let's try that. I accidentally pressed 0 and I was like, okay, I'll just go through the zeros and reset the number. But I actually called the emergency line and now they're responding. This is 0000, the emergency. Wait, no, is this the post office calling? Yes, I'm in the Kharnym Isle post. We don't take calls from the Kharnym Isle post anymore. Too many prank calls clogging the line. Okay, interesting. Can I say I'm not from the post office? What's a post office? Okay, they don't take calls from me. I need help. Okay, everything we say is like, we don't accept calls from you. What about the sheriff? Can we speak to her? Because last time she came with Historian and they were like, oh yeah, help us. But then nothing happened with that. No, it's still her full voicemail. Okay, well, let's call Archie then. 1942. Hello, this is the Maywood residence. Archie speaking. Hey Archie, I'm the postal employee from Wednesday Post Office. Oh hi, it's nice to meet you. Don't forget my true title, Emperor Envelope. Over the phone, I mean. I need you to grab a book from your dad's library for me. Do you think you can manage that? Oh, I'm not sure about that. Hey, you remember what I like to be called? Huh? I never talked to you before. I mean, I have to mail some stuff this week, but I keep getting distracted. Of course, he doesn't remember us. Can you promise I won't be in trouble with father? Even if he notices, he will forget all about it after this week. My mother told me to never trust strangers, and my father told me to treat them like pawn scum that threatens to muck with your steps. But you said hi, so I guess we're not strangers anymore. Yep, kid logic. What's the book called? Okay, we can trash his dad some more, and then we can ask about different books. So the Paratus Maledictum is the book previously the Historian wanted. We know what happens. If we open it, it eventually kills us. Then it's the Drucaris Polygraphant. Never heard of this. So it might just be here to mislead us, or who knows, there's a secret storyline. But no, what we actually need is, it's called the Quiescret Cubicule. Oh, that one. I think I saw it near the fireplace last night. Okay, he's reading it. I'll bring it to you, but I don't think I can pronounce that. Thanks, Archie. See you soon, friendo. And the day is ending, so hopefully he'll be here tomorrow with the book, but we should also call Brielle then. 2114. Behemoth Animal Control, you've got Brielle. I mean, of course, Hare and Sadina are not together out because it all resets all the time. They're all alone, still thinking about slaying beasts. Hey, Brielle, feel like killing a monster and bringing me its heart? Huh, I like the way you open a conversation. Assuming I'm interested, what do we get out of it? The satisfaction of a job well done? So nothing, yeah, not interested. Wait, I'll pay you. Fine, $5,000 and I'll kill this thing for you. Tell me about this monster. I don't know much about it, but this is super important. You know what? Price is $7,500. Exactly, don't tell her that. Just be like, oh yeah, just a thing. You're joking, right? Monster hunting is a specialized field and demand is high on Kharnym. If you aren't willing to pay for my expertise... Okay, $7,500 it is. Pleasure doing business. Tell me more about this monster. I really don't know much about it. It's supposed to be aquatic, and it likes cleanliness. Real helpful. Anything else? It's supposed to live under the post office, or you should reach out to Parthemius of the Historical Society. He knows more about it than I do. Okay, maybe, yeah, he can explain better. Oh yeah, I know Craver. We've helped each other out before. He knows this stuff. I'll pay him a visit. Whatever. I'll figure this out. Shouldn't be too hard. I'll bring you the heart in a few days and we'll trade cash for the heart. Be safe. Yeah, I'll see you. Well, the problem is I don't have the cash. Right? And I'm not even on the way to be making this cash this week. But also, I made this deal, but Merkel. If it's Merkel, I'm gonna feel so bad. So we'll have to see. I may have to put in like another off-camera few weeks of getting the money for her, or maybe when she comes here with the house we can make a different deal, because honestly 7.5k is a lot. It is a lot of money to earn in this game. Like a week probably wouldn't be enough, even if I went crazy and got like the mail amount maxed out. That's still hard to keep up with. I mean, but then maybe I need the time to regain my sanity or something, because otherwise bad ending. So I was saying, oh, like, Peter and his bag, the devs brought it back after it was broken, but I think it might still be broken because this part I started saying you need to put the package down the toilet. I constantly get mailing errors for putting the packages down the toilet. Yeah, packages are sent via the toilet in your bedroom. And if I do that, it tells me it's a mistake. If I send it through the chute, also a mistake. So I think it's bugged. which is gonna be even further problem for making all the money we're trying to make. Oh, it's Archie. Hi, I brought you the book you asked for. Well, that was easy enough. I don't think Father will ever notice it's gone. What makes you think that? He saw me carrying it and said, how typical you have to waste your time with the most foolish of endeavors. Archie, that means he literally noticed it was gone? Oh well, he didn't care that much at least. Why do you want this thing anyway? I need a break. It gives me a place to take that break. Uh-huh. Okay, well, I need to rest. I like climbing the dead tree in my backyard. It overlooks the graveyard, and sometimes I think I hear the people talking to me. It's nice talking to people. You need more friends, kid. I'll have one less friend after you leave. That brings me back to 0. But it's okay. I don't want you to be trapped here. Later, kid. I hope life gets better for you at some point, yes. This poor kid. Archie waves and retreats into the mist. The shadows seem to bite at the edges of him, the ground reaching up to swallow him. Archie Maywood will not survive, Kharnym. Oh, poor kid, yeah. He suffered in life and now he suffers in death. Here's the book. The book clumbers into dust. You feel flashes of knowledge? Okay. What do I know now? Well, that was unexpected. Oh, Brielle's here. I was like, I should probably mail my stone to the historian as well, but let's talk to her first. Hey, here's the heart. Thanks, I hope it wasn't too dangerous. Let's just not talk about the money. Maybe she'll forget. Nah, the little guy seemed to know I was coming, but he didn't put up much of a fight. No, the little guy. It was Merkel, wasn't it? Thank you, then. Why do I feel like I know you? We haven't met before. I'm stuck in a time loop on this island, Brielle. You literally won't be able to understand. Huh? Keep your secrets then. Just an odd feeling. Well, I'll be seeing you. Thanks for the heart, Brielle. I'll see you when I see you. Okay, she didn't ask for the money then, so that wasn't required at all. I still have all the money I had. And, yeah, Merkel's heart. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Merkel. So that means he's gone from here. Okay, but there are still small scratches and tiny footsteps in there. How is that working? I'm so confused. Well, we have everything else, so let's package this package and send it to the Historical Society, right? Because he wanted my other stone in order to be able to prepare the blade. And then we'll see what happens. Oh, and there is now like a dirty stain on our counter because of what we did. Because of what we did to Merkel. We'd be ashamed of ourselves. So the week has ended. I guess I waited too long to deal with all of the historian's instruction because I was waiting to see what happens with Khatae's story. So I was not able to wrap that up. But I know what to do now. And no one else is coming, right? I'm not seeing any of the characters that were here previously, but I didn't get any trophies for. So I guess I'm kind of locked in to just get the ending part of the story now. And I have missed some things, right? Like I've missed some of the characters' stories and I would have to start a new game. At least that's my assumption. So I'll be running through this again and trying to get a bunch of money as well, just to see if donating to the various funds in our book will bring anything more. And I'll bring you back if anything interesting happens. Okay, so we're in New Week. I didn't look at it last time, but now we have the last item on our item bar. And it shows some sort of dagger, but it actually opens this quest items box. So we have the heart. We can hold it. Oh, and Barphemus is here to see us. But yes, we need to get more items, 3 more from what this would suggest, before we got everything we need. Let's see what he wants then. Hello again, you'll be delighted to know that I successfully forged your other stone into a blade. Okay, so it doesn't actually reset this effort. We get to pick up where we were. So I was thinking I'm gonna have to run the whole week again, but no. No doubt it will be more beautiful in the hands of a professional, but I am pleased with what this inexperienced hands were able to accomplish. So the whole cutting deception thing, does that mean I can stab people who lie to me? Ha. No, that's not the kind of deception to which it refers. Though, of course, the other blade also functions as a mundane knife, but I wouldn't recommend it. No, cutting deception is a metaphor, but also a truth. I took the liberty of continuing my research while I awaited your package. This extra-dimensional chamber, the break room, as the texts call it, truly contains the core of the island. Kharnym deception made physical. I suspect that one of these items may be able to help you summon this chamber. Perhaps there's a space you know of within these walls where time and space is malleable. I assume we're talking about the Shredder dimension then. right? Because that was one of our outstanding mysteries where we needed protection to persistent. Some form of malevolence is attached to this place. Of this I am certain. And if that malevolence is present in the break room, you have the chance to see it, to understand it, and to sever it, improving life for every soul on this island. But this won't let me escape, will it? No, it won't. Severance is not salvation. Not for you, at least. I've got a lot to think about. Of course, I hope I helped, in some small way at least. Best of luck, friend. So does this mean, yeah, we don't escape? We don't escape no matter what. Okay, the other blade. I assume it goes into 7 as well, yes. But we maybe get to free some of the other people, like Liv or Barthemius or anyone else really that we've met over time. Merkel? I'm sorry, Merkel. Or I don't know, because it says it's still... This text still seems to suggest that he's still there, so... Was it like Merkel's family? I'm sorry, Merkel, about your family. I had to do it. I had to. But then we have the heart and the blade. What are the other 2 items? And the thing is, I might still be insane because I've been struggling to fix that, yes. I am still insane, and he said I needed to be sane. Otherwise, things would be bad. Well, I guess there's only way to find out if Shredder is the thing we need to do. Is to jump in the Shredder and get devoured. Okay, it devours my being. There is a phone in here. Can I stop this phone? No, I cannot. Okay, other than that, it's just a collection of items. There isn't anything super specific here that I feel like I can do. And I'm about to get ejected again. Okay, so I still don't have what I need to survive in there, to do whatever I need to do in there. And my mind is now scared even further, so I assume that probably drove me more insane, if anything. So I need to learn more. I notice I also have a second item, I assume, for Khatae. Yeah, there is no escape from this place. So first time when I helped her be rejuvenated, I got this, but now there is one here. So that was the end of her storyline. She just disappears, hurts herself with her magic, and we still do not escape, and that's it for her. But, well, I guess next day, see what it brings, see what I can figure out. I've realized that one of the items I am probably missing is the book that Archie brings me, right? Because it just sort of dissolved because I tried to read it. So now that there's a new week, maybe he can bring it again and I don't make it dissolve. Instead I use it for something. Or like I asked the historian to read it for me. So 1942. Okay, apparently not. Apparently I can't call him again. And I can't call the historian again to talk about that. So that's the knowledge that could transfer to my brain about that is enough. Well, I got another grant, so we can send it to the hospital this time. Nothing even arrived in the tube, so that one was less exciting than the previous one. I mean, and it's still closed, so we may need a lot more money for that to take any shape. What do I do then? We have the heart and we have the knife, and we can't use the 2 at the same time. Do I need to reread those books I bought? Maybe they will give me clues. Okay, the form of telekinesis is like talks about severing strands and casting things away. Minutes turn to hours, turn to days, turn to century. How arrogant are we to qualify decay with such mundane? Okay, so it talks about time. Advancing time, changing time, molding time. And then this last one talks about seeking respite, and there's a chamber, spoken in whispers that are transmuted in silence by sharp knives and deft hands. The physical form is a deception, and we are mere puppets, our strings held by something so very far above us. It's like strings that hold us, that we could maybe cut. To be truly free, the blade we wield must cut deceit, slice, and sever deception. Yes, that's what we were calling the historian about. We may view our string easily, but the thing that connects us to them, that lies in the place of letters. Okay, the post office. Hidden. Its festering core stands of rod binding our dark Kharnym to this festering thing above us. Okay, so it's someplace in the post office. I mean, obviously, that we already knew that through our further conversations. But what? Because it said we will be able to summon this room. Now, obviously, a place we can summon different rooms into is the custodian closet, right? Like, we can summon the dungeon, we can summon the elevator into here, so we know about that. But we didn't get a key in this case. So do we use the knife on this door? No. Do we use the heart on this door? Yes, summon break room. Okay. Well, this might be the end. This might be the end of my run then, unless this is just another misdirection. The incantation flows between your lips like shards of glass. Nicks and tears in your essence rending you, even as the heart in your hand trembles. The closet door doesn't move, but you feel a rift torn in the post office, as a piece of it is roughly shoved aside, in order for the core of this place to be positioned properly. Why is Liv saying this? Is that her ghost? The last syllable of the incantation catches in your throat as time slows to a crawl. You feel Liv's presence swarm around you, vicious and unrelenting. Is Liv like the post office? Just like a living form of it?
Leaving so soon?
Oh hey Liv, just going into the closet to grab some supplies.
We both know there's nothing useful for you in there. I can't see into the room you just summoned, I don't know what you want from it, and I absolutely loathe you. So give me one good reason I should let you go through and not just snap your neck this second.
Okay, well, she doesn't want us to do this. The one reason I have to think not to do this is because of the sanity thing. But I mean, we can try this, and hopefully if I die, I'll be able to go back and try something else. I'm going to free you and everyone else on this island. You think she's gonna fall for that?
Maybe I could believe you're a little idealist, intent on saving everyone else. But I know what sits between us. There's no ending you want for me that I'd like to see.
Did we ever have a chance to be friends?
Maybe, maybe not.
Yes, was there ever a way to make this not end badly?
You made your choices. I'm making mine. You're pathetic, is the issue. Talking to the people of this town as if they're real, as if you're not deluding yourself. If karma's real, the fact you're here means you're so deep in the red, no amount of helping parents find their dolls or saving kids from ritual sacrifice is going to help you.
Okay, she says it's not going to work. If there's even a chance I can save them, I have to try.
Interesting time to grow a conscience. Was having me murdered multiple times not sitting right with you?
What do you mean multiple times? It was like once.
Go on then, idiot. See what's on the other side of the door. I hope you get exactly the ending you deserve.
I mean, it might be the bad ending. I'm worried. I'm worried about the fact that my sanity is low, but I don't know whether I can fix it ever anymore because of the situation with Liv, right? Like, she seems to be driving me insane, and no amount of sleeping with the sleeping mask is fixing it. So, I guess there we go. This isn't the break room. Was that a warning of like, you know, we're giving you one chance to stop? Still insane. Okay, let me try. Because I assume those items are permanent, right? So I can spend as much time as I want to. So let me try and see if I can get sane, just in case there isn't like a way to return to before the ending. Oh, I've been sitting here waiting for the day to end so that I can sleep, so that I can try to make myself more sane. But the time has stopped. The time no longer goes forward as it was foretold in the books, which means I no longer have a choice. I assume I can't just go to sleep and sleep it off. I can lie down, but yes, it's working hours. I cannot sleep. Sometimes if it's like towards the end of the day, it does let you fall asleep, but it is too early, and it will forever be too early, and that means I have to do this while I'm just not sane. Oh well. It was good knowing you all. Someone's at the window still. Even though they shouldn't be. Psst. Hey you, is there something I can help you with? I'd like to send this letter, but very discreetly if you catch my drift. Are you a normie? Because I was like, oh, you know, this looks just like a random customer, but maybe if they're like, hey you, there's gonna be something extra, but that just seems like a normal conversation. I like to send this letter, but very discreetly if you catch my drift. You want to secretly send this letter? I don't want anyone to see that I send this letter. How would anyone see that? Hurry up and get it said before someone sees. Okay, I'm on it. I need to run. Remember what I said. Discreetly. Okay, so this wasn't anything special? Dear Rebecca, I'm happy you've decided to learn a bit more about witchcraft, but honestly, there is not that much I can teach you. Beyond the basic, witchcraft is something you define for yourself. Still, I can at least give you that much. First things, never let them see you sweat. Doesn't matter how strange or scary a situation is, never let anyone know that you're scared. Do it long enough and they'll assume it's because you know what you're doing, or you're a great deal scarier than whatever is actually the problem. Okay, is this supposed to be advice, or just a random happenstance? The time is still stopped, so it does feel like they are giving me advice, like, don't be scared, just pretend you know what you're doing. Okay, the heart is gone, so, and as we approach the door, the screen gets darker. So, is it time? We just have to confidently go in there? Okay, it is definitely something now. The room's very essence feels wrong, as if the very presence of a human here is a transgression. Your mind creaks under the strain of walls that you instinctively know are not made of anything of your air, but something that until now has been firmly outside of your reality. From above, you sense a deep, enduring hunger. The presence surrounding you is beyond malevolence. It is the vicious apathy of a boot for an ant. In the center of the room, 3 pedestals stand positioned in a circle of softly glowing magic. 3 strands of light fall from the ceiling to the pedestals, and the symbols sitting atop of them. One of the strands glows strongly, while the other 2 flicker. One feels human, and you recognize the feeling that looms over you as you peer at it. This strand, faint and tenuous, you know belongs to Liv. Okay, so she is human. She is not some sort of manifestation of the post office or a monster herself. She is still human, as haunted and mean as she might be. The second strand, pale and wavering, leads to a familiar map. You recognize the thread to be binding Kharnym Isle itself. The final strand, glowing stronger than the others, belongs to you. All 3 strands bind their captives to the presence looming above. As you take in what lies before you, the other blade in your hand grows heavily with purpose. This is what it was made for. Okay, so we get to sever those strands that are binding Liv, the Isle, us to this island. Is this a choice? Yeah, we have the blade, so we can choose to sever our connection to Isomnaga. Sever the island's connection to Insomniac, but that feels like that doesn't include us, right? We can save the island, but not ourselves. Or we can sever Liv's connection. Well, here's the thing with Liv, right? My relationship with her wasn't great, and that means I didn't see much reason in how I played the game to now feel like I should save her. She deserves it, right? As far as I know, Liv's been awful. She's been awful to me. She's been awful to Shelly, right? Like, she let Shelly turn into a mannequin and then taunted her with the employee of the week situation. And even though we got, like, little bits of their backstory, it never went into, like, oh yeah, you know, she really deserves to live. Liv deserves to live. I just didn't get that feeling of the game telling me, you know, she is worthy and deserving to be saved. Which it might just be the case for my playthrough. Maybe if you do it better, maybe if you save her from the kidnappers, you get a much different result and it actually, she reveals herself as someone better. But I just don't feel like a strong connection to saving her. Now, the island. If everything we've learned is correct, that means everyone on the island is basically long gone, right? Their souls have been devoured and they're just the Insomniac pretending to be them, and they're just like part of the dream or whatever is going on with the Insomniac, and they're no longer themselves. Like, even for Archie said, like, he isn't going to survive. And as far as we know, other than like Indrik, which by the way, what happened to him, right? He said I'll be back and then he never came back. None of them seem to know what's going on. They have dissolved into the islands, so I wouldn't be saving them either. The only thing would potentially be that if I sever the island, no one else gets trapped here. But then, the thing is, we don't even know whether we're real people. right? Is it that real people get trapped in here, or is it that the people here to begin with are just the creation of this being, right? You get placed on the Isle, you think you exist, you think I had a life before, but actually it's all part of the same confusing existence. Like, this is actually the entire universe, and therefore it's not going to help. Like, it's just gonna stop the cycle, and then we have ourselves. We can potentially save ourselves. Again, if we haven't really existed outside of the island, then all we do is actually die, which in this case, it's some sort of freedom. So I'm just like, after experiencing everything I've experienced, learning everything I've learned, it feels like the best choice is to just save ourselves, or like free ourselves, whatever it means. Like, if it just means the end of our existence, we don't have to suffer anymore, that's fine as well, right? I haven't uncovered enough to tell me like the other two options are somehow a better choice. Even though normally in games I'm like, oh no, save everyone else, be the good guy. But in this game I really feel like, no, let's just be selfish. Let's free ourselves. Okay, let's do it. You examine the delicate chain of light that you instinctively know binds you to the being Insomnigal.
Oh, sweet, delusional rookie. You can't possibly think that trying to sever yourself would actually work.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? It has to work. Get out of my head, yeah. Get out of my head, Liv. Like, what are you anymore? You took the deal. I can still save myself. And yes, we have the insane option. I do not. I know I am nearly one with the other being. These are my last moments as myself. Yes, this is the last time I get to make choices. So, whatever. Let me do this.
You're so much more palatable without a grip on your sanity. Look at yourself. Our benevolent host has absorbed your very essence. There's not enough of yourself left to escape with.
Blah, 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 blah. I hate you, blah, blah, blah. I'm eager to embrace whatever beyond Insomnigal has in store for me. Are you?
Go ahead. Try to cut it. I'd love to get one more good laugh before you die.
Okay, so we can cut the thread or we can step away. So they're once again giving us like the last chance. So it might be that if I wasn't insane, then it would have gone better. Then it would be like, oh yeah, you can still save yourself. Now I'm wondering, like, if I step away, can I examine what she will say for the other options without it getting executed, or will I accidentally execute it? Well, let's try the island. As you approach the flickering strand that binds Kharnym to Insomnigal, a familiar voice rings in your mind.
It'll notice you cutting it off from the island. And I guarantee the second that happens, there's no escape for you. Whatever blade you've got, it won't set you free.
Okay, so she's basically like, oh yeah, you will sever the island, but it will know you did it. I figured as much.
Think, you idiot! Where will you go if there's no island, but you're still bound to Isomnigath? You cut the thread connecting it to the island. Who knows where you'll land? If you land at all. You've somehow found a way to make everything worse.
I knew the chances of me getting out of here were slim to none.
Why? Explain it, please, and drop the savior complex.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's gonna try and dissuade us from anything we try to pick, because the thing deserves to lose.
Ha! You think losing Kharnym will mean a single iota to upper management? I'm a part of it, moron. It's vast. Kharnym is just one of a million feeding grounds. It drags the vulnerable, the injured, the mindless, all of them here. And it breaks them. First, by making them like you, another useless postal employee. Then, once they're weak enough, it shunts them into the island proper. You get your rare ones like the historian or the huntress, but most just turn into those mannequins that show up to the window with inane requests. It's useless. Nothing you do here matters. No one here is worth saving.
Yes, it kind of goes into this whole cosmic horror of like, this being is just so vast. You basically, doesn't matter. No one matters. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. It's hopeless, right? As far as we know, the lives we think we lived before were also just another version of being inside of this giant god.
So just stop. Do it then. I can't stop you anymore. Wherever I end up, I swear, I'm going to find you. Every time you fall asleep, every time you feel like you've hit your lowest point, you'll know there's a chance that I'll find you.
I mean, if I'm just floating in nothingness, will you? If it takes 1,000,000 years, it's 1,000,000 too soon. You belong here, yeah, we can just really be like, Liv, you've really let yourself down. Okay, so we can step away, so we can have the conversation about severing hair as well then. Okay, no voice acting? Oh, Rook, you're not seriously thinking about setting me free, are you? So we can say we're considering. Will I be able to free the others if I set you free first? Who cares? In fact, do both of us a favor. Forget all of this and shove that dagger into your throat instead, okay? For some reason, she doesn't have a voice here. But yeah, it doesn't matter what we're picking, she always is just negative about it. You don't want to escape? Liv's presence solidifies around you. Your ears pop as the pressure in the room drops, squeezing your skull and restricting the air in your lungs. Look at me, rookie. Feel how much power I have? Why would I want to go back to whatever pathetic thing I was before? I don't know who I used to be and I don't care. Whatever life I used to have was obviously not worth remembering. I am more now than I could ever been before. We can like, well, because of our insanity, we can be like, I understand, I would want the same thing because that's basically where we're heading. I could care less about what you want. I'm going to do what I want. Yes, I still get to make choices. A blade is as much its wielder as it's the steel or stone. Your connection to Liv paired with the other blade purity of purpose. My sever the strand, binding her to Insomniac. But we get to step away. Okay, well, yeah, she was no help. She's negative about either option and she's just trying to push us away from all of it. So maybe I leave her here with all of the rest of the people and I just take my way out, which was my initial thought anyway. Goodbye, Liv. Goodbye. I'm clicking, but it's not happening. Interesting, I still have the stone, even though I turned it into a blade. So it doesn't seem like I can click to sever my connection anymore. It's not working. Is this a fake choice? Or do I not get to do it anymore because I stepped away? Like, I can't leave anymore, there is no door. Okay. Do I get to do the island? Okay, I get to do the island. And I'm still here.
Well, you got what you wanted. You saved everyone. Almost. You know that saying? We begin as nothing, and to nothing we return. If that's what you think this'll be like, a pleasant drift off into the dark, ha. We'll be a part of Insomniac, and our minds will break. But given enough time, the insanity fades. We'll become sane. An endless loop of madness, chased by returning sanity, only for it to be eroded away. Again, and again, and again. I'm excited to see you regret this, and you will. It's only a matter of time.
Okay, we've fallen through after releasing Kharnym, so I couldn't like go and cut everyone else off. So yeah, that was interesting because I don't know whether I couldn't sever myself because the game bugged out or I couldn't sever myself because of like I didn't do the right conditions, right? Like I was insane and like Liv said, because there was barely anything of me left, I could no longer go back. Okay, I can load a saved game. So where does that take me? Okay, so I can load myself back into the room. See if I can make that choice again. See if I can sever myself. Now it says I can cut the thread binding me. You swing the other blade through the air, your aim true, and pain jolts down your arm as the blade bounces uselessly off the thread of light, as though it were steel. Devastating realization crashes down on you in that moment. Though you endeavor to connect with and learn about the people of this island, you realize you have no idea who you are. You are nothing but a post officer. There is no illusion for the other blade to sever, or truth for it to restore.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. It's just... your desperation is so funny to watch.
Okay, so that's it. I was just not in good enough stage to be able to do it. But I can cut hair off, maybe? Yeah, okay, it's the same thing of like, I'm considering getting her out. A blade is as much its wielder as it is steel or stone. Your connection to live paired with the other blade's purity of purpose may sever the strand binding her to Insomniac. Well, let's try. You raise the other blade before you, take a breath, and slice through the thread of light. The room growls and shakes as though you are within the belly of a great beast.
Thank you, Rookie. I was wrong about you.
Okay, so we can release her. She was still in the state where it was possible. Liv's voice fades away. You are left alone. The hair on your back of your neck standing on the end. Your time to act is very limited. Okay, I can still act. Do what? Okay, I couldn't sever myself or anything like that. Maybe I could have severed the island again. Oh, interesting. Oh, I am now one of them. I am now one of the people that forgot who they are, and they're still just coming to the post office in confusion. I am part of the island now. A shambling figure emerges from the fog and approaches the facade of, yes, perhaps it is familiar, the Kharnym Isle post. Do they know it? Have they been here? Their eyes are clouded and focused, but they have something to mail. They must get to the window. Their eyebrows knit with confusion as they approach the customer window and are greeted by an unfamiliar face. Hi there, welcome to Kharnym Isle Post. How can I help you today? So I saved Liv, but I sacrificed myself. And I guess the island is still here, right? She's the only one that got to escape. Let me just try one more thing. Because after I released Liv, it felt like I still had a little bit of time to maybe cut something else. Like maybe I can release the island and then it's just me here.
Thank you, Rookie.
She's out. Yeah, my time here is limited, so if I do this... Liv, times bring a wave of nausea as it returns, crashing into you. You rush to the strand of light that holds captive Kharnym and all its people. Cut the thread binding Kharnym to Insomniac. There is no time to think. With a great swing, you wield the Adler blade through the air and slice through the thread of light. And it's all still for a moment. Okay, can we get ourselves as well now? As the world around you shudders, you rush to the delicate chain of light that you instinctively know binds you to the being Insomniac. Got it? You swing the other blade through the air. Your aim is true. A pain jolts down your arm as the blade bounces uselessly off the thread of light, as though it were steel. Yes, okay, so I can save both the island and Liv, though she speaks here, even though she's gone. So I can save everyone but myself, it seems. You are struck by the primal fear that prey feels when it locks eyes with a predator. Insomniac itself has noticed you. You gaze into the beyond and feel your mind shredded from infinite ankles. An instant stretches into an eternity as your essence is torn apart, your fibers unwound. A fit of pique by a being supposedly eldritch and eternal and incomprehensible. Kharnym was merely one among millions of its feeding grounds. If you still had a voice to speak now, it would be time for last words. Instead, you find your fading consciousness draw to Kharnym, now that it exists without Insomniac's pestilent presence. For though you are dust now, every piece of you scattered and lost among the infinite beyond, the island is cleansed, its denizens recover slowly, and a single former post office employee gazes up at the stars, looking for a friend she'll never find. Hey, at least Liv misses us. At least that's what happened. Okay, so in the end, I've done the ending that I would normally choose in a game, which is like I sacrifice myself to save everyone else, so... I think that's enough endings. Yeah, I think the ending I am therefore missing is the one where somehow I would be still strong enough to release just myself or release myself as and everything else. So that's probably a possibility. And yes, there are some other things that I didn't resolve, like with some of the characters, I guess that were only possible earlier on or with different choices. And some of the extra things like the picture and the shredder dimension and maybe some other things I don't even know about. But that would require me playing through the game again. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. And it obviously wouldn't be a full video, then it would probably just be like, hey, I've done it, and that's what it does. So this will probably be the end of the series, like proper. And yeah, if I decided to go back and see if I can discover something else, it would be in little bits, right? Like what would happen if I donated enough money to the wildlife fund or the hospital, stuff like that. So that's the end, at least for me. I really enjoyed this game. Honestly, like when I picked up the demo, I was like, oh oh, we'll try it. It will be something for a stream, you know, see what people say. But since then, I have been consumed in more than one ways by this game. And yeah, it was great. It was great in terms of the story told. It was great in terms of like all of the secrets and the puzzles that we could do. There are unfortunately a bunch of bugs that kind of got in the way of the game sometimes. They do seem to mostly be to do with the job part of the game, right? Like sending the mail and dealing with it. Like it asks you to do certain things, and then even though you do them, it says no, you did them wrong, or it doesn't work out. So that's a bit unfortunate, but other than that, I had a fun experience with it. So let me know in the comments if you played the game. Did you get different endings? Were you able to do different things, uncover things I have not uncovered? And I will be on a hunt for other games with hopefully many other mysteries and puzzles to solve. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed that one, consider liking or subscribing. As always, thank you to channel members for supporting the channel, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!